This presentation will cover mail migration in the Massey College of Engineering and Computer Science. We're going to cover what your MCECS mail account is, we'll cover what's going to happen, and then we'll talk about what's involved with migrating your mailbox. We'll also provide some other miscellaneous information. So let's first focus on the MCECS mail account. If you are a student, faculty, or staff member in the College of Engineering and Computer Science, you have an MCECS mail account. And your MCECS mail account currently consists of two things: your email address and your email box. So let's take a look at your email address. If you are the user, say, Fred, then you'll typically have an email address of the form fred@cecs.pdx.edu. Because we support subdomains for the various Massey College departments, that username can also be used in conjunction with departmental domains as well, such as fred@me.pdx.edu, fred@ce.pdx.edu, and so on. Now, typically, you use this email address to tell people how to send you email. And your email program is usually set up so that when you send email, this is what the sender's address looks like so that they can reply to you. The other part of what an MCECS email account currently contains is your email box. This is the place where email is stored. Now, this includes mail you have received, copies of mail you send, folders that you've made for organizing your mail, drafts of letters, and so on. Sometimes people will use the word IMAP in relation to your mailbox because that's the protocol used by mail programs to talk to it. So in a nutshell, your MCECS mail account consists of a mailbox and an email address. So let's take a look at what's about to happen. Basically, we are getting rid of MCECS email boxes. That's the place where the mail gets stored. On the other hand, the MCECS email addresses are staying. There's no easy way to get rid of those because they're in heavy use. And if we got rid of those, mail would start bouncing. So we are moving to a forwarding-only mode for MCECS email addresses. So let's take a look at what you need to do. The basic process for existing users is pretty much as follows. You need to pick a non-MCECS mail account as your receiving mailbox. Then you need to forward your MCECS email address to this receiving account. And if it's important to you to retain what is currently in your MCECS mailbox, then you can either save it offline or migrate it to that receiving account. So to reiterate, you forward your MCECS email to a non-MCECS email account, and then if you desire it, you migrate your mail, the contents of your mailbox that is, to this other email account. As this happens, we see people falling into two primary cases: those who have an @pdx.edu mail account and those who don't have one. Now, if you have an @pdx.edu mail account, then you're a current student, faculty, or staff member at PSU. This is basically your PSU Google account provided to everyone at PSU. If you're going to use this account as your receiving account, you can use our mail migration mechanism to copy your existing MCECS mailbox folders to this PSU Google account. Then you can use our mail forwarding mechanism to point our MCECS email address at your PSU Google Mail account. Now, there's the possibility that you do not have an @pdx.edu mail account. For instance, you may be a guest, alumni, or affiliated user in MCECS. Or for that matter, you may not want to transfer your mail to your @pdx.edu mail account. In that case, you'll need to pick an external email account to use for receiving your MCECS email, then use our mail forwarding mechanism to point your MCECS email address at this external email account. Unfortunately, our standardized mailbox migration process was designed to work for @pdx.edu accounts. And so if you have a different external address you're trying to migrate your mailboxes to, contact us for details. New users will continue to have an MCECS email address of the form user@cecs.pdx.edu. At the time of your account creation, if you had a valid @pdx.edu address as provided by OIT, your MCECS email address will then be forwarded to it. On the other hand, if you did not have an @pdx.edu address at the time of account creation, you will be required to furnish an external address to forward mail to. To learn more about this process, visit our mail migration website. It is at mail-migration.cecs.pdx.edu. It includes how-to documents for details, background information, and a bunch of frequently asked questions. This site will keep getting updated as we learn more about this process. So remember that URL, mail-migration.cecs.pdx.edu. And if you have any questions, please send email to support@cat.pdx.edu. Thanks for watching.